Welcome to the final Tom Sox Weekly of this season, presented by UVA Orthopedics. I'm Zach Lambert.
And I'm Brooke Stake, and we have a great show for you here this week. First, we'll break down just how hot the Sox were during their midsummer winning streak. And then we'll talk to a Central Virginia product about his experience with the team and find out more about the amazing roster.
But first, our Dylan Castaigne was inspired by Jack Hurley's spot on the SportsCenter Snapchat Top 10 and decided to take a look at the 10 best plays from the entire Tom Sox season. Check them out.
We sorted through all the footage from every Tom Sox game this year, and today we're bringing you the top 10 plays from the 2021 campaign. Coming in at number 10, the Tom Sox hit 3 home runs in the 5th inning, July 15th at Stanton. Garrett got the action started early, a 3-run shot to make it 11-1, his first of the season. R.J. Ochoa was next with the big flies, another 3-run home run, his first of the season as well. And finally, Wyatt Langford out of the University of Florida follows it up with his own solo shot. The Sox go back-to-back for just the second time in team history that they had a 3-homer inning. Number 9, the Sox take their first trip of the season to Covington, and Pierce Bennett jacks the first pitch he sees of the game over the fence. This was the first time in Tom Sox history that anyone had homered in the first at-bat of the game. Number 8, the Tom Sox facing the Generals in the annual 4th of July game, but Virginia Tech's Christian Worley brought the fireworks early, striking out a career-high 9 batters in just 5 innings. This would be the second most strikeouts by a Tom Sox pitcher all season, but more on that a little later. The Sox would end up picking up their first 4th of July win in their history, defeating the Generals 7-4. Number 7, Charlottesville welcomed the Harrisonburg Turks to Crutchfield Park, and it is K's on top of K's for VCU's Andrew Ward. Just watch as he racks up the strikeouts. He strikes out 8 of the 14 batters he faces, and the Tom Sox would come away with an 11-7 victory. Now at number 6, a trio of players delivered some late-game heroics to give the Sox 3 wins. First off, the Sox trailed the Braves by 1 run in the bottom of the 9th, but that is no problem for Trevor Candelaria, who delivers a 2-run double, and the Tom Sox would take a 1-run victory. In a 7-inning game against the Royals, Wyatt Langford brought the drama. His 2-run double gives the Sox all that they need. Langford will finish the game 1 double short of the cycle, while the Sox pick up a 4-3 win. And July 7th, the Sox hosting the Turks tie ball game bottom 9 until TCU's Elijah Nunez hits an RBI single to give Charlottesville the 1-run win. And he has some acrobatic acts too. Number 5, back in Covington once again, Blake Bortak hits a line drive up the middle until a beautiful diving grab there by Will Safford. The beautiful grab by Safford saves a run, and the Tom Sox would cruise to a 10-4 victory. Number 4, Sox and Lumberjacks once again, Luis Espinal to short until Cole Foster comes up with a beautiful diving grab, flipped to second and turned on for the double play. A top 10 worthy play there from Foster gets the Sox out of a jam. Charlottesville would squeak out a 3-1 victory over the Jacks. Now at the top 3, Tom Sox versus the Express, game 2 of the doubleheader, and Dylan Yannock gives it his all, with a team record 10 strikeouts in just 5 innings, holding the Express to no runs and no hits. His performance helped the Sox sweep the doubleheader that night against the eventual VBL champion, Strasburg Express. At number 2, Sox hosting the Generals' final game of the regular season. Fly ball to right field looks to be an easy sac fly until a beautiful grab and throw by Jack Hurley to gun the runner out at the plate to save a run. That play right there was number 4 on SportsCenter's Top 10, but the Generals took home a 5-1 victory. And your top 1 play of the season, back to Covington one more time, Wake Forest Adam Cecere had not 1 but 2 home runs against the Jacks. He also added a double, a single, 3 runs, and 3 RBIs. Cecere's 11 total bases set an all-time Tom Sox record, and for only the 6th time in history that a player hit 2 home runs in a single game.
Welcome back to the show. In late June and early July, there was arguably nobody hotter than the Sox.
Our Brendan Farrell crunched down the numbers and took a look at just how hot the Sox were during that winning streak. Take a look.
Your Sox have just wrapped up another exciting season here on the Diamond, and there are plenty of impressive facts and figures that came out of it. Let's go by the numbers. This year's squad won 30 games, the second most ever in the regular season, despite having 2 canceled games. Speaking of winning, the Sox had 3 win streaks of 6 or more games, including games from July 2nd to the 7th. Over that 7-game streak, they allowed under 3 runs per game and hit for .280. Adam Cecere led the team with his 11 RBIs over that span. And, speaking of Cecere, he was on fire throughout the entire season, especially on one night in Covington. Cecere had 11 total bases, that's a single, double, and 2 home runs on July 6th against the Lumberjacks, an all-time record. And he hit a home run the day after too, the only Charlottesville player ever to hit 3 home runs in 2 games. Some Sox players got bags the other way. Garrett walked 27 times, the 3rd most in team history. That mark ranked 4th in the league over the course of the entire regular season. Stolen bags were also a major impact factor this season. The Speedy Sox stole 110 stolen bases this season, the most in team history by a long shot. In fact, the next best mark was 66, set back in 2017. That's our Sox by the numbers. Back to you, Brooke.
Thanks, Brendan. Coming up, our Lauryn Nilsson will chat with one local product about his summer in Charlottesville.
Plus, we'll get to know the Tom Sox roster like never before.
But first, let's get word from our great sponsor, UVA Orthopedics.
Tom Sox Weekly is presented by UVA Orthopedics. University of Virginia's Orthopedic Department is eager to announce the establishment of a state-of-the-art comprehensive center for orthopedic care, the UVA Orthopedic Center at Ivy Mountain, co-locating existing clinics with an outpatient surgery center, imaging, physical therapy, and administrative and physician offices. Set to open in early 2022, the new UVA Orthopedic Center at Ivy Mountain will be a home base for healthcare professionals focused on helping patients improve their athletic performance, recover from injury, or prevent future incidents.
Welcome back. Every summer, the Tom Sox welcome players from all over the country, but usually there are a few from the Charlottesville area.
Our Lauryn Nilsson sat down with NC State and Miller School standout Garrett Payne to talk about his time with the Tom Sox and the events that led up to his late arrival.
Over the course of the summer, the Tom Sox roster changes often. One late addition was North Carolina State's Garrett Payne, a Charlottesville native. We caught up with him to see what his summer was like with the Tom Sox. Despite coming late this summer, Payne fit right in with the rest of the Tom Sox.
I got to meet some new guys that were on the team. They're all, great group of guys. Probably took a couple times with some of the newer guys that I met to, get acclimated with them and get to know them better. But then as soon as that happened, we all clicked very well. The level of comfortability between everyone was really nice. And it was a competitive season, but it was still just a lot of fun.
Payne got right to work after coming to join the Tom Sox, gelling with the players and working with his coaches to get better.
I've done a few things while I was here, so I'm going to continue to work on those things back at school and try and progress in a couple other more things that I need to work on. More just pitch sequences and some new pitches. Coaches had a lot of leeway, so it was pretty much all me. I'm just going to have to take it back and do it with my coaches back at school. Probably helped me play as in a little more relaxed. I didn't have to really show up and show myself to them or prove myself to them. I could really just go out there and just play.
It's obvious that even this brief time had a serious impact on Garrett. For Tom Sox Weekly, I'm Lauryn Nilsson.
We've had a blast with our Out of Left Field segment, but for the last show of the season, we decided to step it up a notch.
Our Kelly Warner decided to talk to as many Tom Sox players as she could to find out some team superlatives. Take a look.
Who is the team clown?
Garrett Spikes. Easy.
Spikes.
Garrett Spikes all the way. Spikes.
Pierce.
Who's the biggest bromance?
Me and Cole.
Me and Garrett. Definitely me and Cole.
Who has the best hair?
Brady.
Kartner.
Kartner.
I like Adam's haircut. It's pretty cool. Brady Kurtner.
Brady Kurtner.
Parker Sennett. Trevor Candelaria, but he's not here.
He's still in our hearts.
Yeah.
Trevor.
Brady Kurtner.
I'm going to go with Trevor. Trevor Candelaria.
Who has the thickest Southern accent?
Oh my God, Braylon. Oh my God, yes.
Braylon Skinner.
Braylon.
Braylon.
I'm going to go Dylan.
Braylon.
Braylon, without a doubt. Braylon.
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 Definitely Bray.
Who talks about their college the most?
Logan Amos.
Amos.
Logan Amos. Easy.
Logan Amos.
Hurley.
You know, a lot of people said you for that one.
Yeah.
Parker, because they're national champions.
Probably Cam.
Parker.
No Overton.
I'm going to go with Amos.
Definitely Logan Amos.
Cam.
Who eats the most of the concession stand?
I'd say me or Brady.
Preston.
Me.
I'm going Spikes on that one as well. He loves himself a good concession cheeseburger every day.
Brady.
Brady and his nachos. Yeah. Cam. Spikes.
Haney.
Who's the biggest party animal?
Ooh, goodness. There's so many options. I gotta narrow it down to one. I would just go with the bullpen.
That's the best answer.
Braylon.
Definitely me.
Me.
I'm going to go with Spikes.
Spikes. Suss and Pierce. Pierce Bennett.
Pierce. Spikes.
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 Pierce and Suss.
Spikes.
So who is the biggest flirt?
I have to go with Pierce. I'm gonna go Ochoa. RJ. I'm gonna go with Bray.
Spikes.
Ooh, Cooper.
Maybe Benny. Benny. Pierce. Definitely Garrett Spikes. Adam Cesare. Pierce.
Braylon.
Probably Cam.
Who has the most Tom Sox spirit?
Ooh. Dylan Yannick.
Garrett.
Haney.
Jack.
Spikes are me.
Me. Will Safford.
Probably Amos. Logan Amos.
Haney. Spikes. I gotta say Dylan. Dylan's got a lot of Tom Sox spirit.
Who's coach's favorite?
That would be Garrett.
Spikes.
Oh, Victor.
Definitely Cole Foster.
Garrett Spikes.
Definitely Cole Foster.
Spikes. I think Corey loves Spikes.
Cole Foster.
Garrett. Spikes.
Spikes.
Cole Foster.
Probably Dylan.
Well, that'll wrap things up for Tom Sox Weekly here in 2021. Thank you so much for tuning in each week as we try to deliver Tom Sox content that everybody would love.
For Kelly Warner, Dylan Castaigne, Brendan Farrell, Lauren Nilsson, Eric Fenstemaker, Simon Rader, David Argo, and Drew Goodman, I'm Brooke Stake.
And I'm Zach Lambert. And until 2022, go
Go
Sox!
Sox.